name is Itoro, FIFA intermediary, Ben Itoro. Ben, Melvin Amajupinik admitted that the year has been challenging, but that wouldn't stop us from taking a look at what football has been like in the calendar year for the Nigerian Football Federation. It's a year the Super Eagles, in 4 matches, failed to win any. And then we saw the Flying Eagles also crash out of the WAFU Under-20 Championship. And unfortunately, the FIFA Under-17 tournament has been cancelled by FIFA. What's your take on football in the year 2020?
Thank you very much, Mia, for having me. Merry Christmas to the audience, and I appreciate it. It's been a challenging year, nonetheless, for Nigerian football and football globally in general. As you know, football is a very big business and also a means of bringing people together and alleviating some social ills. For me, it's been a minus for the Nigerian football system because we all know we have this pandemic worldwide, globally, but some countries have managed it better. For example, I think
some countries have managed their football better.
The football, so to speak. For example, I think it's the first time Nigeria will get knocked off the WAFU Under-20, meaning if the World Cup were to go on, the age group Under-20, we won't be there. And it's not happened because we are the record holders
7-time champions
in Africa, you know. So I think we need to go back to the drawing board and look at where we are getting it wrong. Is it developmental football, or we're just looking to place square pegs in one?
What are the consequences of all this? The Eagles failed to win, Nigeria not doing well at age grade level. You are a FIFA intermediary, like they say, FIFA agent. How does this affect business, you know, for those who are FIFA intermediaries?
So to say this, it's an understatement if you say it affects business. It affects the brand. The Nigerian brand.
The Nigerian brand.
Yeah, you know, Nigeria is one of the key countries when it comes to football in Africa. And we are the biggest country when it comes to black, or so to speak, people, black race. So it's, for me, we have to have a federation who would have put things in place to know that, okay, we had the pandemic this year. For example, the Super Eagles, I don't understand why they couldn't win one match this calendar year, even though we had some problem. Other countries had the same problem. But for me, I think the organization is poor. And with the age grade, you can see what happened with our team. We are recycling old people. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you're not recycling old people, we should have fresh ideas.
Recently, there was a report which says more than 40 players failed MRI scan, which means to a large extent they are more than 17 years of age. And when the international community begins to read things like this, it's not just an embarrassment, but it makes it very difficult for FIFA intermediaries like you, where you take younger players to Europe, and there are, you know, doubts over the real ages of such players. Do you face these consequences in Europe?
It's a two-way sword, you know. I think the MR scan is very good because at the end of the day, football at that age grade is supposed to be developmental. And in Nigeria, sometimes we look at it as the end, not a means to an end. That's why you can see Switzerland, they won the World Cup here in 2009. And you have 9 of the players still playing. And they held that national team for a long time. But where are the players who played for Nigeria? Maybe
we had a certain our own Messi, Stanley Okorum, nowhere to be found at the biggest level.
Maybe just Ndidi, maybe, or Kenneth Omeruo, you know. So you're right with your submission. I think we should go to the drawing board, because if you're not grooming or building players or trying to discover players or put confidence in a new group or a new set of players, then it will be like a vicious cycle.
Well, in recent years, when Nigerian football has been on the downward side, there have been reports that when FIFA intermediaries like you take Nigerian footballers to Europe for trials, and there are probably players from Brazil also coming for trials, they say that sometimes the clubs will tell you, let the Brazilian player arrive before we get to see the Nigerian player. Is this true? Can you confirm this?
For me, I think these are experiences that we have had. But I will not say it's true 100%, because the clubs will never come in your face and say, that's what they want.
That's what they want.
But a country is as good as your brand. At the end of the day, the value you give to your players is the value of the league that you organize. For example, Nigerian players go to all sorts of places to play football just because of the money. Because the league is not well organized. But
Iran and everywhere.
Maybe Sudan, Libya, you know. Places
but the Sudanese teams also beat Nigerian teams in CAF competitions.
Yeah,
so to that extent.
But let me tell you the truth.
Okay.
Nigeria as a country, for example, an Egyptian player or a Tunisian player who earns $5,000 to $10,000 a month will not come to Sudan to play football unless they break the bank for him.
True.
So for me, I think the problem is more fundamental. We need to go back to the drawing board, put some money into our league. The academies are not even well governed or organized, and players can go anywhere just to get maybe $500 or euros. You know?
Okay, all right, Ben Ituro, time isn't our friend. I must say a very big thank you for them coming.
Thank you for bringing me on.
Edition.